The podcast you are about to listen to is one of the many podcasts that is part of the College Huddle, the largest fan-led college sports podcast community on the internet. Fan-made, fan-driven, and fan-fueled. The College Huddle.
Whoa, he has trouble with the snap, and the ball is free!
Okay, next question.
I'm a horse football coach right now.
You know, it got shoved up. It got shoved, right?
What's up, Spartans fans? Episode 53 of the Spartan Savants show. Coming off a tough loss versus Indiana on Tuesday night. And probably the worst Super Bowl I've ever seen. There was some positives beating Oregon on Saturday, but it's your boy Willie, joined by, of course, Nikki and Trav. In case you can't tell, Nikki is mad tonight, and we will get into all that. Lots to discuss. Boys, Nikki, how we doing?
I'm angry, and I'll tell you why later.
I'm looking forward to it. Travi, how you doing?
Also angry for much of the same reasons and probably some additional ones. So, it'll be a fun episode.
Yes, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into it all. Before we get into Michigan State, I mean, that Super Bowl it's one thing to just have two bad teams that you're not rooting for, but then if it's going to be a bad game on top of that with bad commercials, I mean, that was just so shitty.
The skin hat cowboy.
Oh my god, dude! We just kept looking at each other like, who the fuck came up with that idea? That's so stupid.
It looked painful. Like, imagine getting a paper cut.
Imagine if your toe had eyes. Like that's basically what it was.
Yeah, that's just one of the all-time bad Super Bowls from start to finish. Anyways, to Michigan State basketball, and I do have the results from the prop bets. We'll do that last. A good win on Saturday versus Oregon. A nice bounce back. Slow start for sure. I mean, Oregon hit 8 or 9 threes in the first half and really got out to a nice lead. 14 points at half, I believe. But total reverse in the second half. Michigan State 26-point swing ends up winning the game by 12. Obviously, Jace Richardson career night, 29-5-1. Double from Kohler. Holloman 13-2-7. And then Akins also had 10. I know we don't want to bask in any positivity too much, but Nikki, I'll start with you. Just quick thoughts from Oregon. Obviously a pretty good win for the Spartans there.
Oh yeah, great game from Jace. Don't care. Like, it's all good. Don't care. Good win. Yeah, I had a lot of fun watching it.
Yep. Trav, anything to add?
Yeah, it was a fun game to watch. It was impressive that they were able to make that second half rally without fears available. Having said that, it has been completely tarnished.
Yeah. Watching the team in the second half, I was very encouraged. It looked like a team that could make a run and be back in the Big Ten conversation. And then we played Indiana on Tuesday at home.
No, we didn't.
A chance for Tom Izzo to break Bobby Knight's Big Ten wins record. You're playing a team that has a walking dead man as a head coach. Their season is, really close to being over. And they lost. I mean, plain and simple, they got outplayed, they got outcoached. Nikki, I know you're angry here, so I'm going to hand it over to you and let you run with it.
Yeah, I got some notes. Give me one moment here. So first off, we played like shit. Fears played horribly.
Yep.
Our front court has just sucked the past few weeks. We haven't really – it really just shows how easy our schedule has been. And I'm not complaining. We won most of those games. That was awesome. but like, man, I thought Zapala was so good. I'm not worried about the freshman wall with Jace, but I'm worried about the redshirt freshman wall with Fears. I'm worried about the redshirt senior wall with Zapala. I'm worried about the year 30 wall at times. You know, I got some more here. I guess Indiana is talented. Like, they were defending Bobby Knight's record. I guess it's probably one of the 2 games that's in Purdue that Mike Woodson cares about. So, sure. And yeah, that just sucked. Everything about it was bad. Fears, Booker, nice 3. That was really cool 3. I texted you guys, hell yeah, Booker's back. And then I immediately said, oh, wait, never mind.
Yeah, turnover shortly following. Trev.
Yeah, I mean, we lost to a team whose coach has already been fired, yet he's still coaching. I mean, it doesn't get much worse than that. It was painful to watch. The turnovers sucked. I mean, the decisions Fears was making, to Nick's point, were awful. Just terrible passes. Every pass that anybody made seemed like a weak pass that they were like not sure if they were they should be throwing. And then that strategy at the end of the game, I get there's not a lot of time left, but at least to live to fight another possession. I didn't like them missing that shot so early, the free throw so early down the stretch when you're sending a 59% free throw shooter. It's still a 1 possession game, even if he makes both of them, and you're able to get a shot off. So, and then Nikki's point about the bigs, man, they have been awful the last 4 games. USC's bigs ended up with 20 points and 13 rebounds against us. UCLA's had 19 points and 8 rebounds. The last 2 games are the worst. Oregon, we ended up winning that game somehow, but Oregon's bigs had 26 points and 12 rebounds against us. Indiana, and most of those were between 3 or 4 players, so it's not that bad. But Indiana, 2 players in the front court combined for 33 points and 22 rebounds last night. That's pathetic. That is not Tom Izzo big man basketball.
We had Mark D'Antonio in the house. We had Coach Jonathan Smith in the house. We had Aiden Childs in the house.
Steve Mariucci in the house.
He was in the house, yeah. Mooch.
Yeah, definitely hard to argue with everything you guys just said. Couple points. I totally agree on Fears. I thought last night was maybe his worst game of the season. Hopefully some of that is just some rust or some lingering issues with him being out Saturday. But for us to be capable of getting to where we want to be, he has got to be better. The bigs, I'm not going to sit here and tell you they've been good. I don't think that they were the biggest issue last night. If you look at plus minus, which is not the best stat in the world, I understand, but Kohler had a plus minus of +1. Cooper had a plus minus of +7, and they were the only guys in the positives on the entire team. Having said that, they were in foul trouble all night, and that's not acceptable either. So they have to be better. Neither of them were that productive in terms of points or rebounds or assists. Fears, no points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. I mean, I can live with him not scoring points, but 1 assist is not going to get it done. He has got to be aggressive and make that offense move.
I think he only tried to score twice, too. He was like,
he only took 2 shots. Yeah.
They even said it on the broadcast. There's times where he gets in a position to shoot and just doesn't.
Tom
drives me crazy.
Yeah. One thing, I mean, again, 4 for 23 from 3. I mean, that's pretty much you make.
We are what we are at that point.
Yeah. Even below 20% is really bad, even for this team. But the zone defense, I mean, it's just an absolute Tom Izzo killer. I don't understand. Fiddler did okay towards the end of the game. I don't know why they didn't make that switch earlier. You would think that the way he can stretch the floor, Booker would be a great kind of zone answer to a zone defense. And it's like this happens every time we get against a team in the zone. We just look useless, totally inexcusable. And that's why I say not only we got outplayed and we got outcoached. For Michigan State to be good, Tom Izzo has to coach better than Mike Woodson. That just cannot happen. Yeah. Like that is so unacceptable for where Tom Izzo's at in his career to be outcoached in that game when the schedule coming up is let's just check at Illinois versus Purdue, at Michigan, at Maryland, versus Wisconsin, at Iowa versus Michigan. The Big Ten standings are close. You have some really tough games coming up. You get Indiana, a team that's limping with a Walking Dead coach, lame duck. They're limping to this game. You have to find a way to win this one, and you just cannot get out coached like that. And certainly the players can't get outplayed. It doesn't just go to Izzo, but the players can't play like that either. I mean, that's just unacceptable for a team that has high aspirations and has played so well at times for the most part of the season to lose that game, knowing what's at stake and what's on the forefront too. I mean, you just I think that's part of the frustration.
Yeah, and if you're an opposing team, why wouldn't you play a zone against us? We can't beat it. We haven't been able to beat it for 30 years.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's crazy. They teach you how to beat that stuff in freaking 4th, 5th grade. We can't do it, and we don't really have the shooters to do it. The ball gets stuck. I mean, it makes us, we want to be a transition team, and that makes us have to play a half court game because we can't do anything and we can't function out of it.
Yeah.
One thing I will say is I think is refreshing is the fact that usually by this time in the past few years, it was just pure apathy. But I'm not apathetic. I'm pissed. Mm-hmm. I know this team actually can be good. We just gotta do as Xavier Tillman once said, we gotta nut up or shut up. He said it right after losing 3 out of 4 games in the first week of February in 2019. I don't know if we've anyone
stack up and play ball.
Yeah, I don't know if we have anyone as good as Xavier Tillman on the team. I doubt it, but
nope.
If someone is, this would be a great time to start. And people didn't know who Xavier Tillman was back then. Not really.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, this. I mean, there's part of me that's this is what Tom Izzo teams do. They have these slides in February, but this one, I don't know. It feels different, and it's not we've got easy games coming up. So they've got to figure out how to avoid these performances in the future here. I don't know if there is a concrete answer other than you can't have these letdowns. I mean, they have to stay sharp. And I get they're not going to shoot the lights out, but you have to find a way to go. Instead of they shot 44% from 3 on Saturday, and they shot 17%, basically 17% last night. Find the middle ground. Just shoot 30%. We don't need 45% every night, but we can't have 17%. It's got to be in the 20s, and even that's not great. But find the middle ground, 30, 25. And 25%, you would have won the game last night. It's a totally different game. And, you got to have some players just play better. You have to avoid the letdowns and the situational basketball. I mean, when another team goes to a zone, we have to be able to beat that because you know what? We'll get in the tournament, and for one game, we've seen it before. They'll go to a zone. Syracuse 2017 or 18 comes to mind,
18,
and they just fucking kill us. And it's going to happen again if they don't fix it.
Yeah, you're going to see some team playing zone in the tournament. Well, I say that, but then we could have a letdown in the tournament, so who knows? But and if that's feeling likely after last night. But another thing has been I feel like I don't have any stats back this up, but I feel like I've noticed that the 3-point defense has kind of deteriorated too. I feel like they're other teams, especially Oregon early, were making more 3-pointers than they usually have.
Yeah, some of that, and they didn't hit a 3 the entire second half.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's
that,
particular to this particular game, but
right,
overall,
yeah, it's been. I don't know. I mean, in terms of concern levels, where are you guys at? I know where I'm at, but Nikki, I'll start with you. Is it panic button level concern or nearing panic level?
So, I mean, it's like we've been saying before, like Michigan State basketball, a win is just like great. And a loss is like there's no reason to live anymore. The sky is falling. So I'm going to try to be reasonable. So I would say out of 10, my panic meter is probably right at 5. We're probably as good as I hoped we would be at the beginning of the year. But this stretch of good basketball that we played December and January really upped my expectations. We just can't have a day if we're going to be a 25 whatever percent shooting average team. Don't shoot lower than that. Just only shoot that. Like, I don't know. It's just tough because also every game we play is like that team's Super Bowl. Like Illinois, there's nothing they've been talking about this for like the last month and a half. Like they just want to beat us. They don't even know if they care about making a tournament anymore. Michigan twice, self-explanatory. Like not only is every team that we play good, they actively want to beat Michigan State and Tom Izzo specifically.
Right. Yep. Yeah. Trev, where are you at?
Yeah, I'd say panic meter is probably at like a 6, but very tempted to go higher than that with the schedule we have coming up. I mean, that's 5 games against top 25 teams in the last 7 games. So that worries me a little bit, especially the way we've been playing. Having said that, I know we're all thinking like the sky is falling, but they've played well most of this year, so there's a chance they come up with something out of here, but it just doesn't feel really good right now.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've all admitted that we can be pretty reactionary when it comes to a loss. So I'm trying not to be. I think I'm probably one notch above you guys in terms of where the panic level is. And it's not a panic level in, oh my gosh, the season's over, we're not going to make the tournament. My panic is related to it's going to take a very special performance down the stretch here to win the Big Ten. And get the 2 or 3 seed like we were hoping for. I think 2 seed's probably a little bit out of reach at this point. And 3 seed right now feels like a stretch. That's where ESPN had us today in their bracketology, although I'm not sure if that took into account last night's loss. But, looking at the Big Ten standings, like we're 1 game back of Michigan. We played them twice. We're a half game back of Purdue.
We played at home.
We've got 7 games. We played Purdue. We have 7 games left. Purdue has 6 and Michigan has 7. So it's not like an insurmountable, we're 2 or 3 games back with 7 games to play. But just looking at our schedule compared to theirs, and you guys know our schedule, but at Illinois, rank is basically, they're not ranked, but they were ranked at one point, and we know that's going to be a tough game. Purdue is ranked. At Michigan, ranked. At Maryland, who's now ranked. Versus Wisconsin, who's ranked. At Iowa versus Michigan, who's going to be ranked. Purdue is at home against Wisconsin, at home against Michigan State. I'm sorry, at Michigan State, at Indiana, versus UCLA, versus Rutgers, at Illinois. So some tough games, but not even compared to what we have. And then Michigan is at Ohio State, versus Michigan State, at Nebraska, versus Rutgers, versus Illinois, versus Maryland, and then at Michigan State.
Do they play anybody? I mean, geez.
Right. So it's not like there's a lot of opportunities for them to slip up. At Big Ten, you never know. At Ohio State, at Nebraska, those road games can all be tough. But like they're only playing 3 ranked teams twice. 2 of them are us, and then Maryland, who's ranked 25th. But our schedules are markedly harder than their 2 schedules.
Yeah.
And there's no guarantee. It's not like we're gonna even the games against unranked teams is at Illinois, at Iowa. So there's no guarantee that we'll even win those games. It's not like we're going, against Minnesota in these games, or even Rutgers. So it's definitely tough sledding. Do you guys still see a path to winning the Big Ten?
I mean, the easy path is win those games, but that's not likely. I saw a tweet earlier that had our February schedule, and it was quoted, and it just said, "I see 0 wins." So that's where the fan base is right now. Yeah, it's going to be tough, but I mean, the path is there. Like we've been saying, you win the games, you win the damn thing. That's the way it's got to be.
Do you know what? If we don't win the Big Ten, just make sure Michigan doesn't win it. Beat them twice.
Yeah, I'm okay with Purdue taking it, but not Michigan.
Yeah, I just think what's hard for me is, I mean, last week, a week and a half ago, we were in the driver's seat completely with a 2-game cushion, game and a half cushion, whatever it was, and now it's fighting for our lives in the Big Ten, basically.
Yeah. 1-3 in the last 4 games will do that too. So it's not great. Not great. It's like there's another thing that's pointed out. Like the team that went to LA and the team that came back from LA seemed like a completely different, like a different vibe, I guess. Like I feel like they didn't play as, like, other than the Oregon game, it feels like they didn't play as hard.
Even the Oregon game, it was just one good half.
Yeah.
Like, we really played 7 bad halves and one good half.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, the thing to win the game, you don't even need 2 good halves. Like, you really don't even need 1 good half sometimes. I mean, you can tell versus UCLA, we played a great 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And somehow we were right there to win it. Like, I just this team seems to, like, just find a way. I don't want to say find a way to lose, but, like, in this 4-game stretch, the games they've lost, it just feels like watching them is like they never were going to win. And to me, it's like they're not finding ways to lose in terms of, like, oh, they're turning the ball over late in the game with a lead or, making mistakes. They're just not playing well enough.
Yeah.
They're
I don't know.
Yeah. Like they're fat and sassy. That's really what it is. Like,
yeah. And what sucks is, like, all those people that were saying, oh, schedule was easy, wait till you play the good teams, they're pounding their chest right now. And it sucks to admit, but they were right. I mean, we weren't tested. And as soon as we got tested, we go 1-4 or 1-3 in the 4 games.
Yeah. I mean, our biggest wins in non-conference are the teams that are suddenly not ranked and fighting for their lives.
Right.
So, I mean, UConn and North Carolina are right on the bubble there right now. So,
yeah,
it's not great.
We also
it's
didn't
tough.
play, but I see what you mean.
What'd you say?
I said we also didn't play UConn, but I see what you mean. Memphis.
Well, we played the team that yeah, you know what I meant. Yeah. Transitive property of sports.
There you go. So Illinois on Saturday, I mean, that's going to be in Champaign. Like you said, Nick, that's their Super Bowl. I mean, they've 3-2 their last 5 games. I think they're like 9-6 in the Big Ten or something like that. They're kind of skidding a little bit.
Biggest thing with that one is their fans blaming Izzo and the refs for everything.
Yeah, like that's going to be a rowdy environment.
The revenge that they want. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, we give them a lot of heat, but Matty Sissoko would come in handy just with those, just smacking somebody going into that game.
Honestly, you start that game off hot. I mean, someone needs to send a message early if it was up to me, but yeah, I don't know, 8 p.m. Fox broadcast. I assume it's going to be Gus Johnson, which is always a treat.
Where's the mute button?
Yeah, no
Is
kidding,
it
right?
8 p.m.?
8 p.m.
It's
7 p.m. for you guys.
okay.
Yeah. So I
We've
mean, a
had-
tough one there. I mean,
We've
It's
had some
must-
weirdly late tips, but
yeah, is must win
Every
designation. I mean, every game here feels like a must win, right?
if you want to win the Big
If-
Ten,
yeah, exactly what I was gonna say. If you want to win the Big Ten, every game from here on out is must win.
0 margin for error. We just used that on the easiest game we're going to play the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And a couple others, but yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yep.
Kind of want to call Iowa an easier game, but I get your point.
It's on the road, and ever since that loss like 2 years ago, I can't. Ever.
Yeah, on the road is such a role. I mean, honestly, with these
Iowa
teams,
knows how to push our buttons too.
yeah,
Every team does, kind of.
yeah.
Man. Whew.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have too much else on the Spartans basketball team at this point.
Aiden and Johnny, we might need you next year. Please give me
You
something.
really will. Some nice commitments last week.
Yeah, yes.
2 4
Yeah,
stars,
yeah,
2 composite 4 stars. Tight
One
end and a
coming out of
quarterback.
nowhere. Yeah.
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 So that's
Yeah.
nice.
I would have probably would have rather won these games.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, that would be.
And just kind of held off on the commitments till later. But yeah, sure.
Take what we can
No-
get.
Nobody can commit till we win another game. That's
I mean, if they just would have won last night, it would have been this. I feel like the
oh yeah.
tone of this podcast would have been a
Oh.
lot different.
We would have been fine. We would
I was
have been like, we're winning the Big Ten. Everybody ice down.
before the game, I kept saying, "Oh, I need Michigan to win. Like it'll be us
I
two
know.
on top. Like,
I know.
Yeah.
like we're gonna take
Yeah.
care of them. Not even nervous." And now that just kind of seems messed up.
I know. I was looking at it like, damn.
It's really not cool. I
Stick in
really
the
wish
head.
Purdue won.
You're sick in the head, brother. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I don't really know.
We match up so badly against Michigan.
They're playing good, man. I mean, they've
We're
got it
gonna-
going.
We have to beat them twice.
My guess is we'll split.
Yeah. This seems like a split year.
Not an option.
I don't like the option, but let's put it this way: it's better than getting swept by them.
That's also not an option. We got to beat them twice.
If there was ever a time for
We
a
go-
Ohio State to win,
If we go 2-5 and both those wins are Michigan, I can find a way to be okay with that. No, actually, no, I can't.
that would be rough.
I'll be angry.
That would find our way down to a 5 or 6 seed pretty
Yeah.
quickly.
Maybe even beyond that, honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe 7. Yeah,
Be back to last year where we were the final 8 or 9 seed announced.
yeah. I really didn't want to deal with that this year. So maybe, yeah, if we could avoid doing that.
I
really-
want
I
to sit
think
down
it-
and just be comfortably in. Okay.
I didn't even
We're good.
know there was a selection Sunday until like 2021. Like it just you go online, you see where you are. Like you don't have to worry about making the tournament.
Yeah, Nikki, your comment makes you bring up a good question. I think the answer is pretty obvious. Would you rather go 5-2, 2 losses to Michigan, or 2-5, 2 wins versus Michigan?
Does Michigan win the Big Ten in that scenario?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Being the second best team in the Big Ten, or tying with Michigan to share the Big Ten title, but them sweeping us, that might actually be worse than like Purdue winning and us.
I feel like that tiebreaker gives them the
No,
table too.
there's no there. You get share no matter what. I think.
Oh yeah.
But it's like, who cares?
What if we had to share it with Michigan?
I don't really care about sharing it. That's
What-
fine. If they sweep us and we share it, that's gonna really bother me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good point.
that's Michigan being good at basketball. This is like the one thing that really annoys me too. It's like And Spiro had tweeted this. It's like, oh great, now I have to deal with you guys all of a sudden
pretending
being
to
good
care.
at basketball. You care now, like
Yeah,
At least we care when we suck at football.
right.
Like I trust me, I wish I didn't care.
It'd be a
wish
lot
I
easier.
didn't care.
Yeah,
But man, I care so much.
we wouldn't have this show if we didn't care.
Yeah.
that's right.
I think I care more when we're bad than when we're good. Like when we're good, it's just like, all right, yeah, a little bit of euphoria, but then it's back to normal. When we're bad at any sport, it's just like, especially basketball, it's just like every day you wake up and you're just like, what?
Yeah. Got to go through life again today. God damn it!
Another day.
I see someone wearing like a sports logo, and I just like my blood pressure rises.
It's like, yeah, especially with somebody doing well. It's like, damn it! I bet that guy loves his life right now.
Yeah,
This sucks.
So true. Oh, yeah. I mean, Illinois, we played them already. Just get it done. I mean, it's going to be a tough game, but they gotta get it right. I mean, they gotta get the ball rolling in the right direction again. And, certainly doesn't get easier after that.
Keep Morris what's his face out of the game. Yeah.
If we win the next 2 games this time next week on this show, the vibes are going to be so different.
Totally.
It's going to be like this never happened.
Look, yeah, it's like we always say, like 2 good wins, and we can forget about these games.
Yeah,
like that
Oregon
changes
win pretty quickly.
I forgot about USC and UCLA after Saturday, but now I'm like, you lost to Indiana. Now I'm reminded of USC and UCLA. It just keeps bringing them back.
And I keep forgetting about Oregon.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
one good game we've had in February, and like Fears and Booker didn't even play.
Yeah, that's true.
Like those were guys who we were hoping would be the cornerstone of our team.
Yeah. I mean, Jace has just got to keep being the guy, I think.
I don't want to waste Jace. Yeah. We got to make a Final Four race, bro. Come on.
I agree. Can't waste him. Can't waste him.
Come on. Give me some love.
Like this is still the best overall team we've had in quite a while. Yep.
Yeah. Man, I don't have anything else. I mean, any parting thoughts?
How about Ohio State hiring Matt Patricia? What the hell?
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
Shove that pencil to his stupid face. Yeah.
Don't like that guy.
Yeah. No.
They're not going to have any fun in Columbus now.
Good luck with him. One note I had, Indiana, Cohen Carr, only 11 minutes. I thought that was a bit surprising.
Yeah, that's odd. I don't know how to take that other than I don't like it.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and watch while he was in to see if there was maybe a reason that if it was a matchup thing or what, but I feel like he's been
a big part of the team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
the way he can change
defensively.
Yeah. Yeah. He can change the game play.
Yeah. At home, I mean, you've got a dunk.
Yeah.
That's like 6 points.
Well, yeah.
Right.
That's the offensive. Yeah. And then defensively, we talked about the big struggling and just getting bullied. He was a big part of canceling all that, just flying out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Block those shots.
Yeah. Anyways, you guys want to talk about the results of the Super Bowl prop bets?
Yeah. You know what? Let me say one quick thing. I will allow going 5-2, getting swept by Michigan, sharing the Big Ten title with them, if that means that Dusty May goes to Indiana next year. I will take that.
Fair enough.
I read that they're going pretty hard after Brad Stevens.
Oh.
And it sounds like he's listening.
That'd be an odd move for him right now, but okay.
Yeah, right. Like the Celtics are the best team in the NBA.
Yeah, you're the GM of the best team in the NBA. And
yeah.
Did he go to Indiana or something?
No, but he coached at Butler.
Butler's in Indiana. Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of got those Indiana roots. I wonder if part of it maybe misses being on the sidelines, but like he could do that in the NBA. I don't know.
Yeah, he could easily hire himself. Yeah.
Yeah, and the pressure to win right away is going to be immense.
Oh yeah.
Who knows? That'll be interesting. Okay. So we all picked Oregon, or I'm sorry, we all picked Michigan State to cover against Oregon. So we all got a win there. Over the Super Bowl bets, coin toss was tails. Travis, you and I both picked heads. Nikki, you got that with tails. Jalen Hurts to score a rushing or receiving TD. We all picked yes. We got that one. Gatorade color on winning coach was yellow, which I had. Travis purple, and Nick, you had water / clear. National anthem was a close one. It was the over. It was just barely over. Nikki, I think I marked that wrong for you, but that was right.
I don't expect to get another one right this entire time.
Trav, you did. Everyone did all right. Travis Kelce to propose Taylor Swift. Everybody said no. Isaiah Pacheco over under 20.5 rushing yards. It was way under. Nikki, you were the only
ran
one
the ball like 9 times.
Yeah.
9 times, yeah.
Really? You were the only one that got that one right. Saquon Barkley over under 110.5 rushing yards. He only had 57. I was the only one that took the under there. Jalen Hurts over under 211.5 passing yards. That was the over. Travis, you were the only one that took the over on that one.
Nice.
Sorry, I feel good now. Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes over under 250.5 passing yards. Nikki and I both took the over. Travis, you took the under. It was I think said 257 total. So the over hit there.
I guess the end of the game.
Yeah.
I stopped watching.
DeAndre Hopkins had 18 receiving yards. His over under was 11.5. I was the only one that took the over on that. Dallas Goedert over under was 51.5. I think he had around 27. You guys both took the under there. I had the over. So you guys got that one. First team to score was the Eagles. You guys both picked the Chiefs. I had the Eagles. First score of the game was a TD. Nikki, you took TD. Travis and I both took field goal.
I thought I did turnover.
That was the next one. Outcome of the first drive.
That was for score. Not
yeah. Outcome of the first drive. I took punt. Travis, you took score. Nikki, you took turnover. It was a score. Xavier Worthy to score a TD. He did. Nikki and I both got that one. Jalen Hurts over under 1.5 passing TDs. Travis got the over on that one. Patrick Mahomes over under 1.5 passing TDs. We all took the over. Got that one. Jalen Hurts over under 27.5 passing attempts. All took the under. We got that one. I think he was like 21 or 22. Patrick Mahomes over under 36.5 passing attempts. That was the under. I took the under. You guys both took the over. Saquon Barkley over under 21.5 rushing attempts. He had 25. We all took the over there. Kareem Hunt over under 11.5 rushing attempts. I think he had 3 or 4. So the under clearly won there. You guys both took the under. I had the over. Total score over under 48.5. The over did hit. Was 40-22 final score. All of us took the over, so nice. Chiefs minus 1.5. Eagles plus 1.5. Obviously, the Eagles covered. Nikki, you were the only one that took the Eagles. Total results. Nikki, you were 16-8 on those picks. I was 14-10. Travis 12-12. Overall record, Nikki, you're 157-133. I'm 150-140, and Travis, you're 140-150.
Fucking pathetic.
Well, that's like gambling.
Not a bad Super Bowl overall.
I really should have gambled this year.
Funny, all the things I actually placed bets on ended up losing. So that's great.
Did we do final score of the game? Did we guess that?
Well, yeah, I knew no one was close to that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We all thought it was going to be a close game.
Yeah.
A game in general.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nick, you had
yeah, right.
34-33 Eagles. So I mean, you were probably the closest. But yeah.
Yeah. Everybody left Knicks after the end of the third quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So it's
if
how
I
bad
wasn't
of a
hosting,
game
that's
it
what I
was.
would have done.
Yeah.
So have to figure out what to do for picks moving forward because with college basketball, the lines don't really come out early enough for us to pick those games. So we'll see. That maybe just be it for the season. And if that's the case, then a solid win for Nikki, unless we can figure something else out.
And a nice pathetic first to last for Trav.
It's a long season. It's a lot of picks. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Well, we'll do it. Unless you guys have anything else. As always, you can find us on YouTube, like, subscribe, wherever you get your podcast, if that's how you prefer to listen. Apple, Spotify, Amazon, most other podcast platforms. And shout out to the College Huddle. Always feel free to check them out. We appreciate them having us as the Michigan State representative for them. But with that, big game is coming up Saturday and Tuesday on the road, and then at home on the road versus Illinois, and then at home versus Purdue. And we'll be back with you next week to talk about those, hopefully talking about 2 victories. But for that, that's episode 53. Go Green.
Go White. Please win.